Welcome to episode 7 of the Let's Get Engaged podcast. Today we will be chatting with Jamie Almond, the development coordinator from Step Up Durham, a nonprofit association that offers free employment training, job coaching, and other supportive services to job seekers. 16% of people in Durham are living below the poverty line, and often they are facing a multitude of challenges such as racial inequality or issues with criminal backgrounds. Step Up is here to change that. Their programs have resulted in over 400 jobs secured and 85% of those positions paid above the minimum wage. Now let's get engaged. Welcome, Jamie Almond. You are the development coordinator for Step Up Durham, yes?
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for having me, Morgan. I'm super pumped and excited to be with you today.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a dad and a husband and from North Carolina, very passionate about the work at Step Up Durham. It is very personal to me. It hits home. I've been a part of this work, Morgan, for like 10 years. And my family and I were in the transition of moving to Durham. We live right now in Asheboro, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, Asheboro, like the home of the zoo. It's one of the, I think it's top 5 largest zoos in the world. But we're trying to get away from Asheboro and move to Durham. But then COVID hits and boom, here we are still in Asheboro. But can't wait to get to Durham. Used to live in Raleigh. And so I know all about the triangle, the area. And we're looking forward to getting there. But again, like this work, it's very personal to me. I'm very passionate about this work.
Yeah, and you said 10 years. So, were you in the nonprofit industry before coming to Step Up Durham, or have you been in this for a while?
So I've been in this for a while. So before Step Up Durham, I was at Step Up Ministry in Raleigh. And in that work, Step Up Ministry, it's like a sister brother organization where it was founded in 1988. So there's a Step Up Raleigh, there is Step Up Greensboro, Step Up Wilmington, and Step Up Durham. Step Up Durham launched September 2015. And I was an employment counselor for Step Up Ministry. And then after some time, I was blessed enough to be moved into the position, applied, and it was a it was a hard interview process, but became the employment director. And it was just fantastic, like just overseeing the jobs, the employment readiness training program, and did that for some time. And the only reason why I left, and I love the work that they're doing in Raleigh, is I had to make a move with my mother-in-law. She got diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. That's how we transitioned to Asheboro. Did not want to leave the work, and so it just kind of, I heard last summer that, hey, Step Up Durham's in a great place now, to where they're gonna potentially hire for this development person, and I was like, I'm on it. So I, applied, went through this rigorous interview process, and there was some great candidates from what I was told, and just blessed enough to be seated in this seat and doing this work for Step Up Durham in Durham, and it's just fantastic. And I really want to say this too, Morgan. So even though through COVID, right, everybody's at home, there's a lot of people who have been laid off of work, which sucks, and there's been a lot of people who are still at work in person through COVID, and I'm praying for those people every day. But during this trying time, Morgan, like it's been amazing to see the people who believe in the work of Step Up Durham and are engaged. And here's the thing, if they are not financially engaged, they want to be engaged somehow. Hey, can I be a board member? Can I volunteer? What can I do? Because I believe in this work and I see how it is impacting and making a difference in the community. And that's real talk. Like that's real. Like that's real. So, and I'm seeing that through COVID. I can't wait to get past COVID to where I can get in people's faces literally and have these conversations. So I'm super pumped and excited about that.
Yeah, so, well, we already know that basically like 1 in 5 Americans are job seeking, sometimes with criminal backgrounds.
Mhm.
A handful of people in Durham are fighting poverty. Poverty levels are around 16%, so people are not only dealing with racial inequity, they are dealing with some criminal background issues, potentially drug abuse, domestic violence, homelessness. Like there's a lot of challenges. So you guys have a lot of programs though, beyond just like job training, the things that you guys are doing. So tell us a little bit more detail about what those programs look like.
Sure. So there's the Step One program, which is the Employment Readiness Training Program, and it's a 28-hour week program. So Morgan, what this looks like is, someone registers like, I need a job. Like I'm homeless, I'm coming out of recovery, I have barriers to obtain employment, and I need some support. So I need an advocate. I need someone to help me transition so I can take care of myself and my family. So through this 28-hour a week Step One Employment Readiness Training Program, people come through, and it's a very rigorous training where we have volunteers and the team which teach soft skills, so resumes, how to interview. And I'm going to come back to the interview because I that's really important. Not only like resumes and interviewing, but the emotions, the intellect it takes on the job, how to communicate with colleagues, how to transition back into the work field when, you know what, I've been a mother at home with my newborn kid or my 3-year-old, and I haven't been to work, place in a very long time. So how do I get back? So those conversations and just really going through and how to dress for the job, speaking to the employer in the language to actually get the job. The reason why I said I wanted to come back to the interview is this. So for me, I was a participant of Step Up. So I know, like, I went through the programs, and someone with barrier, it's important to understand how to communicate in an interview the value that you bring to a company. So when you have a barrier, for many of the people that we serve who are justice involved, or whatever the barrier may be, they may not feel comfortable in bringing it up in an interview. And that's the key. We don't want someone to bring up, hey, back in 2001 or whatever, I was convicted of a misdemeanor charge. That's not what we do. We build confidence in the people how to professionally talk about their resume, their professional experience without bringing those things up, but being honest and transparent with the actual employer. Because the key is we as a team advocate for our participants before they even step in the room to get the job. So we have relationships with employers like, hey, whatever the position is that someone wants, we advocate to the company and say, hey, this is Jamie, this is what he brings to your company, the value that he brings, but also this is Jamie's barrier. And we have that transparent conversation with the employer, and the employer's like, hey, you know what, I want to meet Jamie. Jamie sounds like he would be a great advocate to our team. We just need Jamie to be, just honest in the questions that we ask, but they never ask about background. We are just training people how to do that in the interview process. That is key. That's what we're doing. And then once after Step One, there's a Step Two, Morgan. And Step Two is a life skills. It's learning about financial education. It's building up stability for you and your family, but it's also a design for kids to be a part of that as well. And there's incentives given, there's scholarship funding giving. We open bank accounts. There's over $2,000 saved per individual in Step Two. The kids get incentives for their grades at depending on what each grade is that they get from school. If they're doing what mommy and dad or whoever is taking care of them at the time at home for their chores, we give them incentives to do those things. It's very family engaged, and that is a really cool thing for the whole family. I love that. There's also energy, and what energy is, Morgan, on Mondays after Step One, when someone's graduated the Employment Readiness Training Program, it's a space for individuals to go for continued support from Step Up Durham and to seek employers to get that job. So it's just the energy that they need, um, and moving forward and connecting with employers. One of the really cool things, Morgan, it's all cool to me. I'm going to say it's just all cool. Build. So Build is it's a semi new program. I want to say I believe Step Up Durham started this like a year ago. So let's say that we'll say that Jamie wants to go work at, I don't know, what's a great company in Raleigh or Durham. You're like, wow, I'd like to go work for them. Name something. What do you
Oh my
think?
God,
Name something.
my company. So we're IMI and account executives. And so what we do is we do all sorts of different support for nonprofits.
Okay.
And so if they need help with membership, if they need help with accounting, if they need help with marketing, we kind of cover, we're like a one-stop shop. We cover all the bases. So check us
Okay.
out. We're amazing.
Yeah. So we're checking you out, and let's just say that you wanted to hire someone, or potentially like thinking of someone in marketing. We have someone that's came through our Step One program, but right now, due to COVID, you really don't have the funds to pay someone, or I'm not really sure. So what Step Up Durham will do, we'll say, okay, Morgan, would you like to do an apprenticeship for, we'll say Jamie. I keep using my name, Jamie. So we'll say Jamie to come work for you and your company. We're going to pay Jamie $13.50 an hour to work for you. We're going to pay them the hourly wage to get the experience and working for your company. And we're going to do this for 12 weeks for this person. And not only does it build their skills, their reputation, it helps your team, and it helps build any stigma and gaps in their professional, like for their resume or from their experience to move forward and thriving. So it's work, grow, thrive. And that's what we're doing. We have a new program that's going to launch in January, Step 3, and we can talk about that if you prefer. But yeah, so that's what's going on. That's what we're doing. That's our programs right now, and it's going really well.
Yeah, and so obviously, since COVID hit, you guys have been overcoming, adapting, and thriving still. And so, how have you been handling this semi-transition to a lot of remote and dealing with that in what your programs give out?
So as soon as COVID hit, I what, early March, um, we started, really thinking through what that was going to look like for 2020, and immediately we started thinking about best ways, best practices to serve um, the people in Durham, and we did it very well. So we transitioned to a virtual jobs week. But we know that transitioning to a virtual jobs week would be a barrier and hard for a lot of the people that we serve, because a lot of the people that we serve may not have either a computer at home or, reliable internet or any internet service at their home. So we were able to get some donations from some companies for tech services that we could actually provide to those who wanted to attend our virtual jobs week. So in May, I'm going to give you like a monthly like attendance really quick. So in May, the numbers went drastically. We had 4 people to register, we had 4 people to attend, but we had 8 people to gain employment in May at an average wage of $16.13 an hour. Skip June, July, 7 people registered. Excuse me, 5 people graduated. 4 people got employment, $13.89 an hour. August, 8 people registered. 7 people graduated. 6 people got employment, $11.83 an hour. Five of the six. Are you listening? 5 of those 6 individuals had no income coming in at all whatsoever. In September, we had 10 people to register, 8 people completed, 5 people got jobs within the month, and 3 of those had zero income coming in at all, and they were making $12.32 an hour at an average. And in October already this month, so 14 people registered. Um, Sadly to say, only 7 people were able to attend due to numbers rising. People are trying to transition with school, kids, daycare. But out of the 7 that did attend, 6 graduated, 6 got jobs, 3 of those didn't have any income coming in at all, and average wage again was $12.32 an hour. And the really cool thing, Morgan, too, not only with the virtual jobs week, it's from Tuesday to Thursday, whereas in person it was Tuesday to Friday. And so it's going really well. And in step two, because step two is on Tuesday evenings, it's been all virtual since March. And we've had, on an average, 20 to 25 people along with their families in attendance. And I want to say that I believe it was July, it was either June or July, where we actually had almost 20 people graduate step two cohort at that time. And right now it's going really strong with 25 people that just started this past week for the fall semester too. So it's going well. People, they need jobs, and that's what we're here for. We are, we're wanting to serve people and help them get livable, obtainable, livable wage employment.
Yeah, and it's amazing. One of the
Yeah.
things that really impressed me was that 85% of the people that you trained were making above minimum wage employment. So not only were they getting employed, but they were getting better employment than like I got with, a bachelor's degree, like, in between jobs, so not only are you placing people, but you're obviously placing people well. And I think that's absolutely pretty impressive. So I have a quote here from one of your testimonies on the website that I thought was really incredible. And they said that Step Up Durham offers 3 major resources for job seekers: opportunity, connection, and hope. And that was from Mr. Mel Williams. So obviously these programs are providing a lot more than just interview prep here. So I was just wondering if you could tell us today, like what makes these programs so special, what makes this connection, or how are you really inspiring hope in others as well as giving them these job training skills?
Man, there's so many, the hope in itself, a job changes everything. And, the process in getting that job, coming to Step Up Durham, we are a place that is more than support. And people that come through our doors are not a number, they're people. And we see people where they are. And so their level of success, what they define of success, that's their success. So we are advocating for that person and what it is that they want to do, and doing all that we can in the community to help them attain their dreams, their career, their success. And so there's a lot of things that we help do other than help someone, get a job. So in the initial beginning is like, I need a job right now because my family needs food on the table. So we hear you and we're going to do everything we can to help you get the job. But then we want to see you, thrive. We want to see you working and growing. And so there's scholarship funding that we offer at Step Up Durham. And scholarship funding doesn't mean that someone has to go get a 2 or 4 year degree. Scholarship funding could be someone who wants that 9 to 12 month certification that pays a job $60,000 to $90,000 a year for a lot of the employment opportunities coming to Durham right now. Just making sure that person's certified. We help with food. We help assist with housing. We help assist with, there's been situations where people have been through, trying times of, I need help with potentially like this for my family, or computer or phone or transportation or clothing to go to work. I need boots, whatever the situation may be. That's what we are here for. And we're going to do everything that we can to help someone, and not only for them, but to stabilize themselves and their family. We want to see people grow economically and have a savings account, being financial stability for themselves and their family. I have seen this team, hands down, do so many things for the people that walk through our doors. We're going to meet you where you are. I mean, we're going to love on you. We want to, it's joyous. Like, this is great work. And I mean, there's even work where we actually, before COVID, where we would go in prisons and teach these modules in our curriculum and our programs. But of course, due to COVID, we can't go in the doors. But that's something that we're looking to do on the back end of COVID to be able to do that. So when people transition out of being incarcerated, then they have this opportunity, this support group, and these connections to get the employment opportunities that they so much deserve. Um, and like it's people's lives. Like it's amazing work. It's phenomenal. And I love talking to people about this in the community. And it's just it's eye-opening because not only does it impact those that we serve, but Morgan, this work impacts tremendously the people that volunteer and are part of the mission and vision, how it impacts their lives as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it adds community value. And For anybody who doesn't know these types of numbers, an incarcerated person in North Carolina costs a little over like $35,000. And employment training at Step Up for funding it is like just over $3,000. So if you want to consider a community investment, a way to invest in your community, if people are not given opportunities and not given job training, they're likely to fall back into misleading opportunities. And we don't want to put people in jail. We want to put people in houses with their families. So
Yeah.
if we want to donate or if we want to volunteer, Jamie, tell us, what can we do to get involved?
Yeah. Well, before I say that, let me share this one thing with you and the world really quick. So whenever we're talking about those who are justice involved and the people that we serve, so 1 in 17 uh, people like me that look like me is going to be involved with authority. 1 in 9 Hispanics, 1 in 3 African American will be involved or justice involved. And so, and the numbers is at a 56% rate of especially the African American or Black community to go back to prison, especially if they don't have employment within 3 years. That is, the number is, it's just horrific. And just people to think about that. And I love talking with people who make decisions and people making decisions with those policies and procedures in place that who can make a difference in hiring the people who come through Step Up Durham. What does that look like? What needs to be in black and white on paper so we can give those who are looking for a job to take care of themselves and their family. So when you're thinking about that, you're thinking about community and you think about people, think about how we can make that change for people who may have had a conviction 20, 25 years ago, but are still paying for that today to get a job that they meet the qualifications for, but because of something that you have in policy, you're not able to even talk to them face to face. So just think about that. It's really important because I know the demographics that we serve, 56% of the people we serve have a criminal background, 53% are homeless or live in a shelter, 34% Morgan are in recovery, 93% of the people that we serve below poverty line, and 90% have zero income. Think of those numbers and think about how anyone can make a difference whenever they want to partner with Step Up Durham for the people that we serve. So if you're looking to volunteer to be a part of the mission and vision of Step Up Durham, you can email me at Jamie, Jamie, at stepupdurham.org, or you can go to our website, stepupdurham.org. If you want to connect just to get to know more about the work that we're doing, um, contact me. Again, my email address or at stepupdurham.org. And if you're thinking of, financially contributing to the organization, again, you can email me at jamie at stepupdurham.org or check us out on our website, stepupdurham.org. You can look at us on any social media platform, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm leaving one out. LinkedIn, anything related to stepupdurham.org. We have an awesome marketing team, Blue Creative. They are knock it out of the ballpark. They are fabulous. They're knocking it out for Step Up Durham and those that we serve. So that's how you want to get involved. And I would love to talk with you, like tremendously. For me, Like, of course, being a development coordinator, I'm shaking the money tree. I get that. But I want you to be a part of the work, meaning I would love for you to take and give what's most valuable, which is your time to spend with the participants that come through our employment readiness training program or through step two to be a mentor or co-partner for individuals that is working, growing, and thriving. So I would love to talk with you.
Yeah, and for everybody listening, if you want to learn a little more, they have an IGTV series as well. So they are called Let's Talk Step Up Durham. So you can head on over to them and start listening to some of those stories firsthand right now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, thank you so much, honestly, for being here today, for bringing this light and this enthusiasm to the community, for the support you do yourself for the team, for the whole team at Step Up Durham. Here at Let's Get Engaged, we really think that what you guys are doing is important. And again, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Like this work, it's very impactful, it's meaningful work and I love it. And I'm hoping anyone who's listening is like, hey, like I want to talk to this guy about this work. So yeah, thank you so much.